When we are children, our parents tell us not to talk about shit. This is a really serious problem. What you don't talk about, you cannot improve. A lot of people call me Mr. Toilet. I'm really proud when I hear that because it gives an identity to the work that I do. 40% of the world population still do not have access to a simple toilet.
Shit is like fire. If you manage properly, the fire can cook your meal. If you don't manage it, it burns down your house. If you manage shit, it becomes a fertilizer. If you don't manage it, it kills you.
About 90% of all the surface water in India are contaminated by feces. 1.5 million children under 5 a year in the world die unnecessarily. You have to have clean water, you have to have safe sanitation. A rich man staying next to a slum. The flies doesn't know a poor man from a rich man. So the rich man is probably eating the shit of the poor man. You better help them get toilets or you will eat their shit. Think about it. We are hosting the World Toilet Summit. This has been an international event every year since 2001. The people say, why should I use the toilet? It's fresh air outside. I can chit-chat with my friend while I'm squatting there. Our big breakthrough will happen when we look at the poor as if they are customers. When we have to sell them products that are very beautiful and sexy. Once this becomes object of desire, if you don't have, you're not keeping up with the Jonases. We want toilets to become a status symbol for the poor so that they feel proud to own a toilet. Just like a Louis Vuitton handbag. Oh, really? We are actually breaking the taboo on sanitation in the global news. World Toilet Day is 19 November every year. We have the big squad. We are protesting the plight of the 2.5 billion people that still do not have access to a toilet. The fact is, I think about toilet every moment. A life is only 80 years. I'm 52. If I'm going to spend 28 years consuming ostentatiously just to have a diamond watch that I can't read the time because it's too sparkling, it makes no sense. Doing social work that is creating some impact, I think it's better to die like that. I think we can see the day that everybody on planet Earth will have access to clean toilets any day, anytime. So it's before lunch, so we can talk about toilets. I want to tell you a little bit about my mother. My mother taught me when I was a child that everything is possible as long as you can get others to do it with you. And later on, when I read a book called The Alchemist, it says if you strongly desire to do something, the whole world will conspire to help you. So these two lessons becomes the primary tools for me to survive doing business, doing social work. You can do anything, even if you have no money, no resource, it can happen. If I ask you, how many times do you eat a day? Most of you will know, 3 times, 4 times, you know. But if I ask you, how many times do you go to the toilet a day, then you don't know. Because this might be the first time in your life that you are counting how many times you go to the toilet. I made it, right? So I wake up in the morning and then... See, toilet, it's not it's shit. It's not a charismatic species. It's not beautiful like a penguin or a panda or a polar bear. But actually, all these start with P, right? And the worst of all is in the humanitarian sector, water and sanitation has been put together So you call it Watson. When you put water and sanitation together, one is very glamorous and the other one is very ugly. So it's a very unfair competition, like you put Miss Universe next to my grandmother. So how do you make the grandmother more sexy than Miss Universe? You cannot discuss, so you cannot improve, right? So what happened every time you can't discuss something, and then the problem accumulates? We have open defecation all over the world, 40% of the people. We have diarrhea. This lady just took off her pants because of diarrhea. You have every morning shitting along the road, the man on this side, the woman on the other side. You have flying toilets. They shit into plastic bag and they throw because they have no toilet. The whole street is full of plastic bag, flying toilets, and the other side are all the kids playing barefoot and sitting on the floor and touching their mouth, rubbing their eyes, and they die like that. You have water polluted by shit and debris. Fish cannot live inside, nor can you drink or bathe or wash your clothes there. And 2.5 billion people don't have toilets. So every 21 seconds, a child just dies because they have no proper hygiene and sanitation. So the only way is to use humor to solve this problem and make it really funny. So when the grandmother starts telling jokes, she becomes more sexy than Miss Universe. Right? So what I did is I created an organization called WTO, the World Toilet Organization. So I know that by playing the pun on World Trade Organization, the media will love it and it works very well. And if they sue me, it will work even better. Right? The day that we founded World Toilet Organization was 19 November. So we named that day World Toilet Day. And very interestingly, by naming that day World Toilet Day, the whole world started celebrating World Toilet Day. So you have in Australia, people, they just do it themselves. Huh? We didn't have to tell them because they have a lot of experience with the toilet. So they go to the square and do this. In India, Sulab International, our biggest member, got Bollywood stars to come and celebrate World Toilet Day. In Berlin, they go and do press conference in the square, public square. And then we created a big squad. So we tell everybody, why don't you just squat and we take a photograph, you take a photograph, send to our Facebook, and we count how many people do big squat. And suddenly the movement go everywhere. Japan, and then South Africa, Singapore, Cambodia. So people are very enthusiastic to follow. And all these are done with zero advertising budget. No money at all. Just everybody do together. Even after Obama was elected, World Toilet Day become Yes We Can. In the UK, there is also a queue near the Big Ben. In India, in New Zealand. So people just start their own program. In Vietnam, this is the director of hygiene. And in Canberra, the member of parliament queuing up to go to the toilet. In Amsterdam. And in Uganda, my friend started a World Toilet Cup. So you have to kick the ball into the goal over the other side. And in London, somebody did this. So if you can see, this thing just keep on growing by itself. No coordination. WaterAid and a lot of world organizations start joining, and they also put a lot of effort into it. In London, there's a Golden Poop Award. I don't know. They call me and they say, hey, we have this award. Let's do it together. So they get all the stand-up comic to tell jokes, and we give them awards. Then the UN joined in with the human rights expert, Katerina Albuquerque, and she talked a lot on World Toilet Day this year also. Then the president of Liberia went on national television to broadcast the World Toilet Day message. It was fantastic. President of a country. And then Shah Rukh Khan, the most famous, or one of the most famous movie star in Bollywood, talk about toilet and shit, how woman suffers. Then Matt Damon, he start tweeting. And on 2001, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows coincidentally was launched worldwide on World Toilet Day. Maybe because it's something to do with pot. But it was uncoordinated. And on Twitter, I think it cost them maybe a few $100 million to launch this film. On Twitter, it ranked 4th. But we ranked 5th on Twitter with 0-cent budget. And we were even more happy when we find out on 6th position was Justin Bieber. With all the encouragement, Bill Gates recently launched Reinventing the Toilet in support of sanitation. So you can see from a very unspoken subject, it grew and grew and grew until president and philanthropists and everybody joined in, all uncoordinated. And President Clinton came to support our effort as well. So how do you get involved on World Toilet Day? You can raise awareness, you can imagine all kinds of funny ideas, you can download poster on our place, you can create an event and send it to us, we'll put it on the world map. Now we're trying to coordinate it this time. For Facebook, you can go and click World Toilet Day, like us, and then you write on your, share your timeline, share your photograph, use the World Toilet Day logo. And for Twitter, you put #give a shit. And you can tweet all the time, yes. You can organize a toilet queue, make a photograph, send it to us, do a big squat, do a photo exhibition. Even the public toilet here may not be very clean sometimes, and you want to do a toilet day event there as well. You can liaise with manufacturer to endorse World Toilet Day on their products. Maybe make a Rolls Royce out of toilet rolls. Make a contest. Talk to the media. Yeah. So you can get celebrities to tell jokes, to celebrate and endorse it. Get politicians to do discussion about how to improve toilet and sanitation. And here we have Unilever companies who actually do it. It's a flush tracker. When you flush your toilet, they will show you where your shit goes according to the sewerage pipe, and eventually whether it goes to a sewage plant or it goes to the river, and then you realize what's going on. This year, World Toilet Day, at the Tower Bridge, we have a giant sculpture that is there, and then we are going to ask you to go to Facebook and click your photograph, send us your photograph, and when your photograph is there for 10 seconds, we'll send you back a picture of you squatting there in London, and you can send it to all your friends on Facebook, on Twitter, and it will go very, very wide. So please do that, okay? So this is what happened. You send your picture, it goes onto the face, and then it goes everywhere, and it goes to the newspaper. So media, last year we reached to 1 billion people. So the world have only 7 billion people. So this year we are trying to maintain or beat it, and let's see how's the score. Thank you very much.